Catherine Goshen, a professional astrologer from the village of Nyack in New York State, and I'm passionate about in-depth astrology and getting to the heart of the matter. In this video, I want to talk about Gemini Sun and Gemini Rising for the year 2023. And before we dive in, just a quick word, Geminis, that you have had a very, very intense 2022, and it looks like things are lessening up a little bit as 2023 gets underway. So what's very important to you is the exchange of information, and you need to keep a watch in your life between too much and too little information. So if you tend to be very gregarious and are constantly going outwards to seek information exchange with friends, you might need to note that it's more helpful to pull your energy a little bit back. On the other hand, if you tend to isolate, perhaps take in a lot of information from the internet, this is also not a good pattern for you. It's important that you go out and have some social activity. Gemini is not called the twins for nothing. This is based on the old Greek myth of the Dioscuri, and the story represents on a deeper level the two natures of Gemini. One which is witty, light-hearted and outgoing, breezy, very good at telling jokes, and the other side which is deeper and more serious and may even have an edge to it. So you have a huge soul purpose here, Gemini, to learn to bring those twins together inside of you and to balance their energies. So let's start with a brief overview of 2023 and then we'll go month by month. One of the most influential transits on you this year, Gemini, will be Jupiter's journey through both Aries and Taurus. What does this mean for you? It means that between January and May of 2023, there's going to be a lot of opportunity for positive energies, getting things done, going out and about, and really finishing up a lot of activities that you began in 2022. The area of your chart that Jupiter will be traveling through at that time is a place of friendship. It is a place of ideals, a place of hopes and dreams. And it enables you to get a lot done, especially in terms of your dreams and visions. Many of you in 2022 were able to manifest a dream or a vision that had been a long-standing one. Maybe you were able to buy your own car, or to get that job that you really wanted, to buy a house. Many of you managed when that transit began, and now between January and May of 2023, you're going to be asked to continue with that process and to round it up by the end of May. After that, Jupiter will enter Taurus in your 12th house, and this is going to be an opportunity for the rest of the year to go more within. Now, of course, that doesn't mean that we stop working or we stop doing the things that we normally do. What it demonstrates is that there's going to be some kind of shift where you are more behind closed doors, or you are processing things metaphorically. So the first part of the year going outward, the second part of the year a little bit more inward, a little bit more reserved, and a little bit more time to go deeply into things. If you've wanted to do therapy, the second part of 2023 is a great time. And if you want to plan something behind closed doors that will emerge in 2024, when Jupiter is in your sign, that's going to be a great idea, Gemini. The second thing to note in an overview of 2023 is Saturn's move into Pisces. So for you, Gemini, the first part of the year is once again going to represent finishing off things that you began in 2021 and 2022. Then from around mid-March of 2023, with that shift of Saturn into a new sign, there's going to be some kind of adjustment at work. So, of course, this can manifest in many different ways, but what it will mean is possibly more work, but work of a different kind. There could be an adjustment in your own self-discipline pattern. There could be some obstacles to overcome on the job, or some conflicts between what you wish to do, but what you find yourself having to do to get yourself to the next level. And Gemini, I would like you to think of this in terms of projects or jobs or work that you began in 2015 or 16. Because now in 2023, after March, you're being asked to reevaluate that. Was that part of your job still working for you? What would you like to change? Or are circumstances forcing you to make a shift? If you're not working, this can simply demonstrate a time where you need to exercise more self-discipline due to whatever circumstances are coming into your life. Maybe you'll need to exercise more, change your diet, work more regular hours. Whatever the case, be prepared for that adjustment which comes in March, because the best way to work with the energy of Saturn, which is our taskmaster, is to rise to the occasion of the opportunities that are presented by him in order to grow and evolve. We don't want to shirk our responsibilities when it comes to Saturn, because they will only be returned to us double-fold. Gemini, the year begins with you continuing on a slow process of going deeper into what matters more to you in life. There has been a spiritual resurgence in the last few years, and hopefully this is how it manifested. Another way this energy can manifest is that you could have gone into something which is secretive or on the side, and what's going to happen around 2025 is any kind of work that you've been doing for the last few years that has been secretive or on the side is going to come to the light. So I am inviting you to use 2023 and 2024 to get everything on the table and to get all your books in order. We mentioned in the introduction about the exchange of information, and you want to have all of your information, especially if you run your own business, cut and cleared. So get that organized this year. The other interesting thing to mention about January 2023 is that just a couple of days before the new year begins, your ruling planet stations retrograde. And this is a wonderful opportunity or an excuse to take it easy the first couple of weeks in January. If you get the opportunity to go on holiday, do so, or simply to stay home and take some time off work. It's perfectly aligned, because this is your time to review, to refresh. And we don't want to be rushing about with a whole lot of plans on our agenda when your ruling planet is retrograde, because all that means is that it's less able to do its job. And the job of Mercury is clear communication. It's about an exchange that's taking place between the brain and the body, and also an exchange that is taking place between the earth and the heavens. If we think of Mercury in the Greek myths, Hermes, he was the messenger of the gods, moving from Mount Olympus down onto earth and able to circulate that exchange of information. So start January off on a relaxed note and wait until at least the 18th, past the 18th of January, which is when Mercury will move forward again, start to pick up speed, and you can truly go back to work and enter into the workplace with all systems go. And you may not be going back to work. You may be switching directions in your life and have a whole lot of other things to attend to. So as always, when you're listening to this forecast or to any forecast, listen to your own intuition first. There are many influences that we are under. We don't understand how all of them operate, and we need to trust our gut and ourselves before we trust what anyone else is saying. And we can never be certain how each astrological influence is going to operate directly upon us, especially in a forecast which is as general as this. Now, the other energy that is very powerful for Geminis has been the long sojourn of Mars through your sign. So since around the 20th, 21st, 22nd of August 2022, all the way until the end of March 2023, Mars is in a prolonged visit through your sign. If you're a Gemini sun, that means Mars is going back and forth like a searchlight over your sun. And if you have a Gemini Ascendant, Mars is going back and forth through that area of your chart. What does that mean for us? It means that energies are being activated. There's a concentrated area of development happening. Mars is an action planet. So only you know exactly what's been happening in your life since September. You're probably working very hard. You've probably got a lot going on, and that's all good. I want to point out the period where Mars is going to be slower so that you can expect delays and not get frustrated at this time. Mars will be slower between October 31st, 2022 and January 13th of 2023. That suggests that that's a good time to relax a little bit. Don't be rushing about. Something needs to be reviewed. So if you began a project at the end of August, November and December are your times to review that project and to make adjustments. Those 2 months, also including and up to January 13th, are not good times to go for surgery. They are good times to reevaluate things, to possibly get rid of things that are not working for you in your daily routine, and to really not push yourself beyond your limits. After January 13th, things are going to flow a little bit more, your energy will pick up, and by February, things seem to be chugging along nicely. And February 2023 is a month without too much excitement. So use that month to get into a routine. You might have had a whole lot of new things coming in late January, early February. Get into the routine. Stay on track. Keep your harmony going. Create a new disciplined structure in your day. That's what February is going to be very, very good for. Then let's move on into March, Gemini. So March 2nd could be a little bit of a heavy thinking day. That's great if you're into research or you need a new business model. Just avoid heavy thoughts. If you are prone to depression or prone to heaviness, do something lighthearted on that day to counteract the energy. Then the week around March 15th all the way through to the 21st, that's a very busy, active week. However you choose to use it wisely. There's going to be a lot of energy for organization, for getting things done, and also I'm seeing a little bit of tension between work and self once again. So self-development, what I want to do for myself versus what I have to do either for work or to just get ahead and get on in the world. So be mindful of that. It's a good time to schedule things. It's a good time to get things done, but don't get caught in any kind of conflict during that week. Then March 25th, 26th is that really important day when Mars will finally leave Gemini after all those months, and you will no doubt have learned a lot about yourself and your own self-development. Remember that Mars in Gemini also represents walking, being able to get about, as well as communication. So if you've been having any injuries or difficulties with getting around, getting about, that period from August 22 until March 23 could be your window for rehabilitation or getting well, getting back on track. Gemini also rules the nervous system and allergies. All those things could be coming up with this Mars in Gemini emphasis. Gemini rules the lungs, it rules breathing. So one has to be very open-minded when we're dealing with these symbols because they are going to affect each one of you in a different way. At the end of March, there'll be that shift away from self-development, away from the body, and it will be into the area of self-worth and finances. So I see a really big shift throughout April and most of May where you are focusing on feeling good about yourself. It looks as if you're going to be home, perhaps a little bit more than usual, and working on nurturing, on feeling good, on getting back on track, and also on getting the financial part of your home and your life into a more ordered format. Things might have gone out of control for the last few months. Spending might have been high, and now you have an opportunity throughout April and May to bring things under the spotlight and to get them in order. Just before we leave the early part of the year behind, I'd like you to make a note of March 28th, give or take a day or two on either side. That's a wonderfully positive energy. So if you want to hook up with friends or do something that is very inspirational around that time, you will receive a lot of positive energy from the planets. April 22nd to May 15, 2023 is your second retrograde period of the year, Gemini. So another opportunity to kick back a little and to get organized. This is taking place in your 12th solar house, a place of refreshment and a place of depth. It's a time when we are able to go deep. So let's think about that a little bit. Mercury is the planet of the mind, the mindset, communication. And it's in a period where it's slowing down and it's in an area of your chart which is hidden, the unconscious. So that suggests that you're going to have to mull over a problem or reformulate some of the things that you've been thinking about. Maybe you're going to have an epiphany and reflect on many things in your life and come to some deep realization. Whatever the case, those 3 weeks are good for sitting with the problem and letting it come to fruition. It's a good time to connect with old friends or to reorganize your study and to recycle old books and to reflect deeply on your life. Then after May 15, we've got that forward movement again. You begin to come out of the private place, out of the reflection stage, back into the fray. And there's a lovely shift that happens around May the 20th and on into that week. It starts to open up the doors of communication. And Gemini, I see you suddenly going local. If you've recently moved to a new town, the good weather is suddenly upon you and you're exploring, you're going out and about. You're taking short journeys, you're starting to call up friends. There's a lot of energy that starts to gather at that time. You're picking up the phone, you're talking to your brothers and your sisters. And this energy takes you all the way into June. And of course, on May 22nd is when the sun moves into your birthday month. So happy birthday, Gemini. I'm wishing you all the best for 2023. June looks like a really lovely month. From the first, energy just continues to build. And we mentioned communication earlier, and this continues to grow as more planets enter that house of communication and of getting out and about, talking to people, exchanging information, which you love, Gemini. So there is one period where you want to be a little bit cautious. People often ask me about romance or starting a new relationship. That's going to be around the month of August, give or take a week on either side. There's going to be an energy around where if you do start a romance at that time, you may second guess it when September comes around. So other than that, that entire period is a very positive time, starting on in June. So if you do run a business and you are interested in communication, in writing, in publishing, June and July are very positive months for you, Gemini. Also for expanding your business, getting things out there. In particular, after June 18th, there's going to be a very positive energy because you're going to have your ruling planet in the sign where it is most happy. And you're also going to have your new moon on June 18th. So you set your intention, and whatever you begin at that time, remember to give or take a day on either side, is going to flourish and grow as the moon waxes or grows in size. Around July 11th, there's a big shift into the area of your home. So you will know what this means for you. It could be redecorating your home. It could be dealing with home renovation projects which you have left over since 2022. It could be buying some new furniture or simply brightening up your home. It could be family coming to stay. Whatever the case for you, it's a wonderful time, second part of July and the whole part of August, to energize the home. And for some people, home is not a place. For some people, home is a country. So you could be traveling home to be in your country, in your place where you feel at home. And it looks like a positive trip, a positive energy. So enjoy that, Gemini. You're also going to experience your third Mercury retrograde period of the year in that area of the home. So this means, again, around August 24th will be an opportunity to spring clean and to sort everything out. Maybe you had those guests, maybe they've left, and then you get to restructure, reorganize, clean the home, and begin a fresh start. There's another shift which is taking place right at the end of August, taking you all the way through September and into the first 2 weeks of October. And that's going to be a strong emphasis on romance or spending more time with your children, things that are pleasurable. So take that time, enjoy it. The other thing it could be referring to, if you're not in the ballpark for romance or children, it could be referring to creativity or to the stock market. So trading might be very active at that time. It's a time to be very aware of your financial investments if you have them. You want to watch them very closely at that time. And creativity, if you're an artist or a writer, it's an important time for you to actually be sitting at your desk and doing some work. And that's going to take you through to mid-October, where there's then another shift into your health sector. So that's a great opportunity to exercise. There have been times during 2023, Gemini, where you've let exercise go behind closed doors a little bit, and now we want to bring that out into the open in October. You want to get active, get physical. There's going to be a lot of energy about for you to achieve your goals if you have them. So if you wish to go on a diet or you wish to exercise and get healthier, it's a great time to do that. The end of October could be a little bit of a stressful time if you let emotional stress turn into physical stress. So you want to take it easy at that time. There's a lunar eclipse around October 28th, and the 29th, the 30th, the 31st is a time where you want to harness energies and not let them overtake you so that you become tired and stressed out and end up feeling it that your immune system takes a hit. So maybe use those days for a self-care program. Whatever you choose to do, it's a good opportunity to have an excuse to rest a little bit. From November 10th until around December 5th is another beautiful window for finding romance. If you are looking for somebody special, a soul partner, or a friend to share time with, that's another very, very good window. Both your ruling planet and Venus, the planet of love, are traveling through the romance and partnership sectors of your chart. So put yourself out there, see what's available, and be open to what comes your way. If you are not interested in romance or have a permanent partner, that's a great time to work on your relationship, spend time with your partner, or once again to go into those fun and creative things that you enjoy. Take some time off, watch a movie, cook a meal, try something new, skydiving, whatever you have wanted to do. That's a very good period for exploring and letting some of the strains and responsibilities of the early part of 2023 fall away from you. On November 27th is your full moon at 4 degrees of Gemini, so enjoy that. It's meant to represent a culmination of the year and of everything that you have been putting in place and working towards since your new moon. The year is rapidly winding down to a close. I see you very busy in the first 2 weeks of December, going about your business mindfully, getting things done what you need to for the holidays. And then around the 14th of December, there's another retrograde period of your ruling planet Mercury. So another opportunity to slow down, to go inwards, get your Christmas shopping or your Hanukkah shopping or whatever holiday you celebrate done before the 14th, so you can unwind and use that retrograde period wisely and well. Mercury will move direct again on January 2nd. So you've got a nice period over that time to relax and unwind. The solstice is around December 21st. That is a very holy time for all people in the world. It's a time when the light of the sun can touch us all deeply. So use that time once again to turn inwards, to snuggle up at home. And I wish you all the best for 2023 and for 2024, Gemini. If you found anything helpful in this video, I invite you to like and subscribe. It helps me to grow my channel. And I love and appreciate your comments. I read each and every one of them. Wishing you well until next time.